This is one of those moments where the game we love suddenly feels heavy. Because today, Sophie Cunningham, Lexie Hull, and Indiana Fever head coach Stephanie White have made a heartbreaking announcement about Caitlin Clark. One that's left the entire WNBA community stunned, emotional, and frankly, worried about the future of the league's biggest rising star. This isn't just another press conference. This isn't just another team update. What they revealed speaks to something much bigger than basketball, something about safety, mental health, the relentless pressure, and what it truly means to carry an entire sport on your back at just 22 years old. And by the time you hear everything they've said, you're going to understand why the Indiana Fever locker room feels different right now, why there's a mix of sadness, frustration, and determination, and why Caitlin Clark's journey from college sensation to WNBA icon might have just hit one of its most emotional turning points. When Caitlin Clark entered the WNBA earlier this year, everyone knew she was special. Her college career was legendary, shattering NCAA scoring records, selling out arenas, putting Iowa basketball on the map in ways no one thought possible. The Indiana Fever drafted her number 1 overall, and in that moment, she didn't just join a basketball team, she became the face of an entire league. Ticket sales? Through the roof. Merchandise? Best-selling jersey in WNBA history. TV ratings? Doubling, sometimes tripling previous seasons. But with that spotlight came something else. Something darker. Every game became a war zone. Every opponent seemed to play with extra aggression. Every hit, shove, elbow, and hard foul was magnified. And while fans cheered her toughness, behind the scenes the toll was building. According to those close to the team, Caitlin hasn't complained. Not once. She's taken every hit, every bad call, every piece of criticism, and just kept going. But Sophie Cunningham, one of the league's toughest enforcers, and Lexie Hull, one of her closest teammates, started noticing something. Caitlin wasn't just physically bruised. She was emotionally exhausted. The endless travel schedule, the constant media obligations, the sheer amount of physical punishment on the court, and the fact that, despite being the league's biggest star, the referees often didn't protect her the way they should. It was becoming clear. Caitlin Clark was carrying the Indiana Fever, but was also wearing her down. At a media availability earlier this week, Sophie Cunningham, Lexie Hull, and Stephanie White sat together, their tone noticeably different from the usual upbeat, team-focused chatter. Sophie spoke first. Her voice cracked just slightly. "We've got to be real about what's going on. Caitlin's been giving everything she has, but it's been a lot. Physically, mentally, the load she's carrying is huge. We're here to protect her, and that's what this is about." Lexie Hull followed. "People see the highlights, the threes, the wins, but they don't see the ice packs, the late nights, the constant pressure. She's not just our teammate. She's our friend. And right now, she needs us to step up more than ever." Then Stephanie White, calm but firm. "This isn't a setback. This is us being smart. Caitlin's health, safety, and longevity in this league come first. The amount of physical contact she's endured this season isn't normal. We're going to manage her minutes, her workload, and make sure she's not pushed to the point where we risk her future." It was a kind of announcement that stops you in your tracks. They weren't saying she's out for the season. They weren't saying she's injured beyond repair. But they were saying, this is serious. You don't make that kind of public statement unless something has been building for a while. And when you look back, the signs were there. There was that game against Chicago where she took multiple hits to the floor and barely got a whistle. The hard foul from Las Vegas that sparked outrage online. The non-stop schedule with almost no recovery days. Even veteran players have called out the treatment she's been getting. From Diana Taurasi warning about the welcome to the league physicality, to analysts saying it's bordering on targeted harassment. The Fever have been playing high-intensity basketball every night because every arena they walk into is sold out. Opponents want to make a statement against Caitlin Clark, but that constant bullseye on her back, it's taking a toll. When Sophie Cunningham talked about protecting Caitlin, she's not just using words. She's a player known for her grit, her willingness to get in an opponent's face, and she's taken that role seriously all season. Lexie Hull, too, has quietly been one of the most dependable physical defenders on the roster, and she's been in Caitlin's corner since day one. The Fever locker room has reportedly rallied around Clark in a way that's rare for such a young team. They're frustrated with the league's officiating, frustrated with how the media sometimes twists narratives against her, but most of all, they're united in making sure she's not run into the ground before her career even really begins. The fan reaction has been massive. Social media lit up after the announcement. Some fans are heartbroken, fearing that this could derail what has been an electric rookie season. Others are applauding the Fever for taking action before it's too late. This moment forces a bigger conversation. The WNBA is experiencing a surge in popularity, largely thanks to Caitlin Clark. She's filling arenas, bringing in new sponsors, and getting national TV coverage that the league has been fighting for decades. But with that comes responsibility to protect its players, to ensure officiating is fair, and to give rookies the support they need when the pressure is overwhelming. If Caitlin Clark's health is compromised because the league didn't step in, the damage won't just be to the Fever. It'll be to the WNBA's credibility. Stephanie White has already hinted that Caitlin's minutes may be reduced in certain games, especially in back-to-back scenarios. The team might also strategically rest her when matchups allow it. Sophie Cunningham and Lexie Hull will likely take on more offensive and defensive responsibilities, both to ease Caitlin's workload and to show the league that this is a team, not just a one-woman show. But make no mistake, Caitlin Clark will still be out there. The announcement wasn't about sidelining her indefinitely. It was about making sure she can keep going. What people sometimes forget is that this isn't just about the body. It's about the mind. Caitlin has been under a microscope since her first game. Every shot she takes, every reaction she has, every interaction with opponents is dissected on social media. The next few weeks will be critical. The Fever are in the playoff hunt, but their bigger goal is building a foundation for the future. That means protecting their star, developing team chemistry, and making sure that when Caitlin is on the floor, she's played at her absolute best, not running on fumes. The heartbreaking part? We're all so used to seeing Caitlin as unstoppable that it's jarring to realize she's human. She has limits. And right now, her team is drawing a line, so those limits aren't pushed past the breaking point. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more updates.